What's up, everybody? This is your girl CK the Poet playing Paladins on the Xbox One, and this video is going to be me showing off my two mains. Start off with the first one, Barik. These clips are kind of old, probably back from like, it says July, August 2017. So a lot has changed on this game from these clips to now. A lot of updates on this game, a lot of changes, a lot of artwork, rework on Barik in particular, and a lot of other champions as well. But with that being said, let's get on with the main champion. Barik is a front line, basically a tank. See all that health I got, baby? Tell him to run off. I got plenty of health for him. And we're going to start off with his abilities. The far left ability is basically a big shield. This shield is probably one of the biggest shields in the game. Right next to Makoa and his shield. You can change the properties on the shield by using different legendary cards and regular cards. You can make it so that the shield lasts longer, it has more durability or health. And you can also change the properties on it as well with certain cards, so that when your allies run through the shield, they also get a mobility boost or movement speed boost. His next ability, second to the left, next ability is going to be his turrets. Turrets are awesome, man. They pretty much do most of the work for you. To put two of them down, so the enemies have to decide to shoot you or shoot the turrets, which most likely they're going to be too busy shooting you to shoot the turrets, and the turrets are going to really help you right there. You can change the properties on the turrets a little bit as well, to where, you know, they give you health, or you give it health, or they deploy quicker. And then, as you can see right there, I just used their ultimate ability. Tyra just tried to come behind me. Thought she was going to catch me slipping because I was kind of dangerous with them turrets. Dangerous. And I'm using it here once more. It's basically just an area deniability. Basically, his ultimate, Barik's ultimate, is just a flame turret with a shield around it. The shield's not even that big. But if anybody comes into that shield, they're going to get hit by the flames. They're going to get burnt to a crisp. Which might not work out for them too well. And I know it's kind of crowded right here, but my team is doing the best that they can do to take care of everybody. I thought I'd get up out of there. It was getting a little crowded. And I don't know. It looks like everybody forgot about me right here. Okay, the enemy team can forget that I exist and want to. It's not going to work out for them very well, especially with these turns. That's the best thing you can do with Barik, is sneak behind enemy lines and drop them turrets.
Rampage.
And shoot. Ooh, did pretty good on that one. And then right here, you're going to see me effectively use the rocket boots. The rocket boots. The rocket boots. Oh, them rocket boots. Man, there's different things that you can do with those rocket boots. You can change the properties on it to where you jump straight up in the air, or you boost yourself forward further. Me personally, I like to use the one card to where I get a shield boost whenever I use it, because a lot of times I'm using it to get into a situation or out of a situation. Like you can see, I used it right there. It gave me a little bit of yellow bar right there. That's the armor, and the red, of course, is my health, and I'm about to die. So I just fell back real quick to get some health from that Ceres. I should have added that Ceres. And oh lord, let's get out of dodge. Get out of here. Get out of here. Perfect opportunity to run behind this stationary object that they can't shoot at me through. And I should have added that Ceres, man. That Ceres was healing me like no tomorrow. That was a good healer. Man, that was nice. And you can use them rocket boots pretty effectively, man. Like I said, you can use it to get into situations and use it to get out. Or you can use it, you know, just to do it on a circle around the enemy team. They'll miss you for a few seconds. You know, it comes in handy. Just contest the point for a few moments, and you'll see that Barik's main weapon is basically like a shotgun. It's called a blunderbuss or something like that. It's basically a shotgun. It has pellets, and it doesn't do a whole lot of damage. And you can see I use them rocket boots once again to come back to the point, even though we got plenty of time. I just didn't want to get off the point. And oh lord, get up out of there, Victor. See ya. And where's my team? Did everybody get killed? Okay, some people are here. Oh no! Gonna make it. Maybe I will. Thank you, Ying, for them heals. Or Ceres, or whoever that is. Oh, that's Ceres giving me heals? Thank you, Ceres. This is probably the only clip I have right here of me playing Onslaught. Don't really care for the game mode. Really, it's this map I really don't like. It encourages people to sit back and snipe too much, and then that hole in the middle. Ugh. People can just throw all kind of damage through that hole. We gotta get kind of crafty. Bomb King can sit up there and throw stuff down there. Yellow can sit up there and throw stuff down there. And you don't get any points towards your score unless you're in that circle when you get the kills. Oh, why is the Canessa down here? I'm surprised he's not sitting back sniping. Okay, Canessa. Okay, Drogos. Uh-oh. Okay, Drogos, let me get up out of here. Uh-oh. Alright, Drogos. And that's why I love them rocket boots, man. Like, you're like a little bit invulnerable, kind of, sort of, for like a second or so. Or, other than that, he might have just straight up missed me. But Barik is a real good front line. Easy to use. Really fun to use. Shoot, there's been one time I got like 60 assists with his turrets. You know, that's definitely something that does take place. So now we're going to move on to my main lane. I saved the best for last. I saved the beastie clips for last. This is my main lane. Grohk. He's basically a support character. He's the healer. And we also did some artwork rework on him as well. He doesn't look like this no more. His healing totem doesn't look like the way that you see it when you see me drop it. It doesn't look like that anymore as well. Which is fine. I kind of like the way the healing totem looks now. I mean, Grohk, I kind of like the way he looked before, but, you know, that's just me being nitpicky. And, let's see. Grohk. Let's talk about his abilities a little bit. His far left ability is a shock pulse. Very effective. It basically just slows the enemies down and it bounces between enemies. There's different cards and legendary cards that you can use. You change the properties on that shock pulse where it bounces between more enemies. And the more enemies it bounces between, it cools down one of your other abilities. Very effective. And then, second to the left ability is the healing totem. Ooh, Lord, get up out of there, Turbo. No, don't do it, Turbo. Get up out of there. Oh, we made it. I didn't think we was going to be able to get him. Good job. But the healing totem, you can change different cards and also legendary cards for that one as well. To where it gives your families more healing and makes the healing circle bigger. And that healing circle is going to come in handy. Definitely. Don't be pushing me into the corner, Makoa. Get up off me. But let's see. Oh yeah, you can change different stuff with that. Like, for example, like, there's one legendary card. Oh, and keep in mind, stuff might change because this game is still in beta. It is still in beta. A lot can change on the game. A lot has changed, and then stuff changed back. And that's why I'm not saying, like, what cards it is that you can use to use these different abilities for, because the names of the cards may change, and those abilities themselves may also change. Sometimes for the better, sometimes for the worse, because they're constantly nerfing and buffing characters to create balance within the game, as people in the game complain about certain characters or say something about certain characters. And this is an example of a good healer right here. I came over there to the front line, dropped that healing totem. No, don't waste your ultimate, Fernando. We had it under control. But it's all good. But
the payload.
You have to be careful because Grohk, he has a lot of health, but you can't get caught. What are you doing, Bomb King? He didn't even kill anybody right there. Uh-oh. Get up out of here, Lex. Hey, did I just save the Ceres right there? Okay, alright. Okay, let's get back to Grohk. His other abilities. Second to the right ability, Ghost Walk. Ghost Walk, pretty self-explanatory. You go invisible, enemies can't hit you. You know, you do move a little bit quicker when you use it. You can change the properties on that ability as well with different legendary cards and also with different cards as well, to where it comes back quicker. And me personally, I like to use the one card to where my healing totem comes back quicker every time I Ghost Walk. Very handy.
30 seconds running.
Let's see, what else can you do with the Ghost Walk? You can change it. Oh, that's me using my ultimate. I'm actually going to use it a couple times here in these next few clips. But the Ghost Walk, you can use it to contest the point as well. So if the enemies are about to get the payload on siege, you can Ghost Walk on the point to contest the point. Or, you know, just to try to stay alive a little bit longer until you can get some heals. Drop the healing totem, Ghost Walk, get your heals right back. And like you just saw just right there, and in this next clip right here is where you're going to see me use my ultimate again, which I'm willing to admit, a lot of people will admit, including myself, that Grohk's ultimate is not that great. It doesn't do a whole lot of damage, but it's very effective. It slows the enemies, so if they're about to die and they're trying to get away, just throw that ultimate up. It has a big area of effect. They can't go anywhere. And if they're like half health, they're most likely going to die. If they're at full health, they're going to get to half health. And even if you don't kill them, your friendlies will mop them up. And on top of that, with the slowing effect, and it also does a little bit of damage to them, it heals your teammates as well. So it can be used in emergency situations to give emergency heals. Like if you have a group of enemies and friendlies all clumped together, you can just throw that out there. It slows them down to where they can't go nowhere, and gives your friendlies heals. And of course, the last ability on Grohk, his far right ability, is his stab. That lightning stab. And this is really good if you use that with the shock pulse, cauterize with life rip from the item store. Oh my goodness, I am a flex worse nightmare. They try to come up behind me and think they're gonna do something. Nah, buddy, we're gonna hit you with that shock pulse so you can't go nowhere, because flanks like to get out of dodge when things get dicey. Ooh. Well, they tried to save everybody right there. They got caught slipping anyways, but we still ended up getting it right there. I don't know, they tried to use their ultimates at the very end there to try to win it, but that definitely was an L for them. But that's what I wanted to talk about today in this video, with my two mains and why there are my two mains. Like I said before, with Barik, Barik's very easy to use, very fun, you know, and a reliable front line that can take a lot of health and that can hold its own to a degree, but has to have some kind of healing coming his way or some kind of support. Same thing with Grohk. And what is this Drogo's doing? Hold up. Get out of here, Drogo's. I guess he couldn't make that real tight left to get me, or he didn't know where I was, one of the two. But like I said, Barik's really easy. Really like using him. Grohk, like I said before, my main healers when I first started playing the game was Pip, and then I ended up not liking Pip, so I tried Grover, and I liked him even less. So I ended up falling in love with Maldamba. So Maldamba is my first. Get snatched up, Ruckus. Maldamba was my first love, but I'm not gonna lie, this game can be kind of toxic. It really can. It can be kind of toxic, and some people can make a big deal about what characters you use and what healers you use, and most people don't know how to use Maldamba effectively. Like his main ability, his Venom Spitter, it kind of kicks at an arc. So you kind of have to like angle it up a little bit to get people that's further away. When he reloads, he throws the snake, and that snake stuns enemies. Very effective, but kind of hard to pull off accurately. And Maldamba's kind of squishy, despite the fact he has more health than Grohk. But I don't know, it's just easier for me to stay alive with Grohk compared to Maldamba, despite the fact I like Maldamba.
Double kill. Killing spree.
That's what I got to say on my two mains and why they're my two mains and why I love them and all that good stuff. So now we're going to move on to advice for new players. For people that are just playing a game, oh, okay, Ruckus. Hey there. Almost died. I almost didn't make it. But I had to get him up out of there. We're going to talk about advice for new players just starting out. And I'm going to talk about which characters are easy to play compared to others as far as complexity goes. For people that just starting to play the game today. Because don't forget, this game is free to play. You should be playing it. You should be downloading it. You should be trying this game out because it's fun. It's entertaining. And it doesn't take itself serious. It's a goofy game that's fun to play that actually is a bit competitive. So, we're going to start with the front lines first. Ashe, I would say Ashe takes a bit of skill to use. Barik, of course, is easy. Fernando is easy. Anara, easy. But some people may not care for her at first because she kind of just, you know, moves really slow. So some people may not like that she moves really slow. But you can always change, use certain abilities to move her quickly. Oh, this is playing a game right here? Oh yeah, I remember this. Yeah, I caught the whole team right here, and I guess Ruckus, he got away somehow, somewhere. He got up out of dodge. I think one of the flames ended up running over there to get him. Let's see, who else? One of the new characters, new champions that just came out recently, Khan. Don't know that much about him. I would assume he's probably easy to play. Makoa does take some skill to use. Terminus, I mean, he just swings the axe, but I would say he takes a little bit of skill. Ruckus, easy to use. Torvald, pretty easy to use, but you gotta know when to use his ultimate ability. It's really devastating. Very useful. You can take out a whole team on certain maps with Torvald's ultimate ability. So for new characters, I would kind of steer clear of Ash, Makoa, possibly Terminus, and maybe Anara. Let's move on to the damage.
30 seconds remaining.
Bomb King's easy to use. I like to use Bomb King. He's probably one of my mains as a damage. Only thing with Bomb King is you gotta be accurate with throwing those bombs. And, you know, just keep throwing rough bombs. And it takes a little bit of skill to kind of master his pop bomb good. You can pretty much get around the whole map like you're Superman with that pop bomb. You can look up on YouTube, there's plenty of cool videos of people doing that. Cassie, easy to use. Once you master her jump roll, easy to use, but she's really squishy, kind of hard to stay alive with. Drogos, easy to use. You know, as long as you kind of sit back a little bit and hit rockets from a distance and throw those loogies, those big balls of fire across the way, pretty easy. And his ultimate is a one-hit kill. Vanessa, I would say she takes some skill to use if your accuracy isn't on point. She's basically a sniper where damage goes, and her weapon can be changed into automatic, but she's also kind of squishy, so you gotta keep that in mind. Leanne, very easy to use her abilities to like have aim assist or just don't take any aiming. All you gotta do is just aim in a general direction. She can be kind of devastating, but she's very easy to use. Shaolin, I would say he takes some skill to use just because he's very squishy. Very easy to kill. You gotta sit back with Shaolin. But other than that, he's pretty easy. He just basically has a bow, just like Cassie has a bow. Strix, easy to use. He's basically a sniper like Vanessa. He's kind of OP. He's overpowered, in my opinion. And then we have Tyra, very easy to use. Basically, if you play Call of Duty or Battlefield, Tyra and also another damage, Victor, very easy to use. It'll come like second nature when you try to use those two characters. And the same thing goes for Vivian, very easy to use. She's basically another sniper character too, but what makes her easy to use compared to Vanessa is that she can survive a little bit longer. It's a lot easier to survive with her compared to Vanessa. And on top of that, her gun's automatic. Willow, I would say Willow definitely takes some skill to use. I wouldn't say she's hard. She just takes some skill to use because she's extremely squishy, very easy to kill. Willow has to sit back. Willow has to throw those seedlings from far away and throw her other little abilities from far away, because if she's close enough to where Flank can touch her, or where anybody can reach out and touch her, not gonna make it. So her abilities are very helpful. Now we're gonna move on to the supports. Grohk, already talked about him a little bit. Grover, he's basically a healer. We're talking about the supports now. Grover, you can change his abilities a little bit to where basically he's like a damage, and you can just throw them axes across the map like you're a sniper. I hope they nerf that. I doubt it though. And you got Genos, another healer. I would say Genos takes a little bit of skill to use. Grohk and Grover, they're easier to use. Genos takes a little bit of skill. I think really once you kind of like get the learning curve with the marks, using his marks to heal your friendlies, I think that he'll probably be a little bit easier to use. Maldamba, definitely complicated. You know, most people are going to struggle with throwing the snake, shooting the snake, and ooh, how y'all doing? Hey, we weren't expecting that. But yeah, Maldamba takes a little bit of skill. Pip, easy to use, self-explanatory. He can actually be a damage Pip too if we run him right. Seraph, easy to use, might be a little small learning curve with her, what is it? When she goes invisible, you might have to get that down. Ying, I would say that she's easy, but some people a lot of new players may have difficulty narrowing down how to use her illusions and her different decoys and stuff like that and heal with her effectively. So you might want to put that off. Play with the other healers first before you start using Ying. Now we're going to move into the flanks. Androxus, he's OP, easy to use. I hope they nerfed him, and I think they did. Nerfed he should have been. Buck, easy to use. He's basically a dude that jumps around the map with a shotgun. Easy to use. Eevee, very complicated. New players, stay away. Touch her later on. Lex, easy to use. May have a small learning curve with him. May, easy to use, just hard to stay alive with. Moji, most likely easy to use, but might take a little bit of a learning curve. Talus, a bit of a learning curve, somewhat complex, very OP. Need to nerf ASAP. Sky, been nerfed so many times, very easy to use, but she's still workable. Zen, I think he's kind of weird to get used to at first, but other than that, he's pretty easy. But for new characters, new players that are playing Paladins for the first time, I would just suggest, hey, try the damages and the front lines out first, then dip your toes in the supports for a little bit, and then try the flex out. But after you play it with 1 or 2 damages, 1 or 2 front lines, and then try the healers, you'll definitely get the hang of the game enough to where you'll be effective with the flank and the support. I just want to say thank you for watching. Look forward to more videos from me, and also check out my other series called Let's Run It. It's a series where I talk about educational video games for adults and children that are fun.